built on relationships, focused on people, and rooted in the community. Welcome to the Build Blue podcast. Tune in for weekly episodes featuring guests who are building a better tomorrow. You'll hear inspiring stories from industry leaders, business owners, community partners, and our team members. The Build Blue podcast, where construction comes to life. An Apex Construction Group production. Welcome to today's episode of the Build Blue podcast, an Apex Construction Group production. My name is Jess Blaze. I'm the Business and Community Relations Manager here at Apex and the host of the Build Blue podcast. And I'm so excited to welcome Liz Hendricks and Mandy Williams to the podcast today. Liz is the owner of DYM Athletics, and Mandy is the social media graphics guru extraordinaire.
Right-hand woman.
All of those things. Photographer.
Yes. All of the above.
Yes.
So welcome to the podcast. I will start by letting both of you introduce yourselves.
Well, first off, thanks for having us. So I am Liz Hendricks, and I am the owner of DYM Athletics, and I'm from Mankato here. Moved away for a little while, but back here and happy to be home.
And I am Mandy Williams. I am also from Mankato. I live here with my husband and 2 kids and one on the way.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you guys for being here. We start every Build Blue podcast with an icebreaker, and we ask, when you were kids, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Okay, you're going to laugh because we knew this was the question, and we both said the same thing at the first.
No way.
Time. So, dolphin trainer.
We both wanted to be dolphin trainers, which I feel like was a good portion of our age group.
I was just going to say, have you guys seen the meme like with the Lisa Frank?
Yeah.
She was telling me about that the other day. I'm like, that's actually probably true.
Yes.
We
It
all
probably
colored
is.
that book, for sure. I don't know. Something about it. Always wanted to do it.
Oh, that's awesome. Have you guys swam with dolphins or?
Once.
Okay. So,
Once. So I got a snippet of it. Have you?
Yeah, in Florida, but it was like with a boat, so it wasn't like in the closed pools.
Oh,
You know.
just jumped in.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Nice.
it wasn't as cool.
a little bit of a chance to taste your
Yeah.
childhood dream.
Yes.
That's cool. So DYM Athletics, you guys are a fairly young company, but we want to hear the background behind your brand and behind your company.
Okay, so like how it started and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so what? It was November 2020, and I guess in the midst of the pandemic, right? And so I've always worked for myself, but I remember this vividly. I was sitting out on my deck in the sun listening to, I think, a Gary Vee podcast, and they were talking about, like, how can you make money doing something you already do? And I'm like, that's a good question. I'm like, okay, if I had a dream job, what would the one thing, like, what would I want it to be? And I was like, okay, first, I don't want to start time in the morning. This is really bad.
Fair.
I'm like, I don't want to have to wake up and be somewhere at a certain time of the day. I want it to be flexible. And so then that's when I was like, okay, online. And then I was going through my head, I'm like, what do I like to do for fun, or what do I do when I'm just, have extra time or something? And it's always, I'm scrolling on my phone, online shopping, or like roaming the aisles of TJ Maxx looking at leggings and sports bras. And I was like, there's got to be a way to make money doing that. And then I looked up that day, how do I start an activewear company? And that was in June or July, and I launched it in November.
That's so cool.
So
So literally like deciding what you love and then going for it.
yeah, I was like, I got to be able to make money doing what I like to do. And now I get to have any athletic wear that I ever want.
And it's
great.
super cute athletic wear as well.
Yeah.
So what has surprised you the most about owning this business?
I would say, and maybe like you chime into what surprises you starting, but I would say the loyalty of customers. Like, it's crazy. I felt like once you get to know the customers and connect with them through social media, the loyalty is insane. Like, every time we post new stuff, every time we post something about life, like, everybody's there commenting, and I've never met them before in my life. So I would say that's the most surprising thing.
I'd say when I started, I was most surprised by the reach. So Liz has built a really big following online, and like she said, has a lot of loyalty. And we have a live view on our website where we can see where people are viewing from, and it's all over the world. So when we do a big launch, it's Germany, Australia, there's some like Pakistan. We had a couple orders too. So just it's really fun to see how far that social media can reach.
That is so cool. And you're based right here locally. Things are getting shipped from here, which is just really, really cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your branding, your logo, and your name?
Yes. Okay, so while I was sitting there sunbathing, dreaming this idea up, so my mom passed away in July 2018, and she called me Moon. So she would always say, like, anytime I had some crazy idea, thankfully my parents are always supportive. So she'd always just be like, do you, Moon, do it. And that stuck with me, and it came to my head when I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, DYM. And then I would be like, okay, does that sound weird? Will people get it? And then I'm like, I don't care. So that's where it came from, DYM. And then obviously our little moon logo, that's just in honor of, she calls me Moon. So she's always with us.
What a special story. I love that. Your website and social media are, like you said, Mandy, really active. I mean, I had that moment with Liz when you guys got here. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a weirdo because I've actually never met Liz, but I follow you guys on social media and I feel like I know you. And you have local individuals modeling all of your apparel. So let's talk about like kind of behind the scenes at a photo shoot and finding the models and what that's like.
Mandy, why don't you do this one? I would say just to start it, like in the beginning, I didn't really want to pay anyone. I was just like, I don't know who to get. And all these girls love the stuff. So it was just like, hey, do you want to be the model? And I would take it with my iPhone. And that's how we would do it. And then obviously when Mandy came on, it's a whole different ballgame. And it's a lot better. So it is.
That's not true. Just with our loyal customers, and especially we have a lot in this Mankato area. So we're now able to just post and do a model call or just say, hey, we need models on this day at this time and find the selection that we need. Obviously, they're usually during the day, so that gets a little bit trickier. But we have had such a great group of girls, especially our last photo shoot. I mean, all of them that we've done, but was just really high energy and everyone's so supportive and it's fun and we put on music and it doesn't feel at all like work.
And I would say too, like they all buy the stuff. So they're like, I want to be able to try it on before you guys launch it. And then most of them are brand ambassadors too. So then they have all the photos that they can use to post and, build their brand as ambassadors too.
Yes.
So that's fun.
And I love that you guys have a lot of body diversity on the website as well. And I think for local people who are shopping on your website, it's fun to see those local landmarks like downtown and some of the businesses. Yeah. It's kind of fun to see that online too.
Yeah, for sure.
Menswear is a new addition to your lineup. Can you talk about any other growth that's in store for DYM?
I would say just like more variety in our inventory, and we're testing some like kids stuff so we can do some mama and me lines and stuff like that. We added maternity. Yep. So when Mandy came on, we're like, hey, perfect opportunity, right?
Let's maybe sample some maternity stuff.
Yeah, and that's been going over really well, I feel like. So just having things that are more, I don't know, that everybody can, go off of. I would say when we did men's, that was kind of a scary thing. But again, all the girls loved it. So they're like, I can't wait to share this with my man. So that's been fun.
Absolutely. And I guess we haven't even touched on, we keep saying athletic company, but let's talk about specifically some of your products. And if anyone's watching on YouTube, you can see this beautiful rainbow on the desk here. You guys brought me a special treat and my order that I ordered online, and I can't wait to try it. So let's talk about more specifically some of the products that you guys offer.
Yeah, I would say initially, it started out with just a few different styles of leggings and bras, but now we've gone into, having tops and loungewear and, we're constantly going, okay, how can we expand that? But I would say a large majority of it and the most popular is the leggings, would you say?
Yeah, leggings and the jacket like the one Liz is wearing if you're watching.
That's super cute.
Yeah.
A lot of our zip-ups were really popular this year.
Yeah. Come on, it's like people wear athletic wear to not just only work out. Right. So it's stuff that can just be comfortable and casual, and so you can wear it just daily life too.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about challenges. There's always challenges in business. What challenges have you guys had to overcome to reach this level of success that you have found?
Okay, I know mine. Do you have any?
Yeah, you go with yours.
Okay, so I would say first off in the beginning would be like just eliminating like the fear thought of like, what if this doesn't work, right? And just taking every day as another day, and you do your daily things, and there's days that maybe aren't as busy that you're like, oh my gosh, is it like going under? I've even said that to Mandy sometimes, and we're like, no, it's not. So like eliminating that fear, and then space is a challenge sometimes, right? So we work out of my house, and it gets a little tight at times, but it works well. And then honestly, just like maneuvering daily life and things that come up, knowing that, hey, you still have to do this every single day to keep it moving. Because we're in that stage, right, where it's not just like moving by itself necessarily. You have to do daily things. So like when I moved from Idaho to Minnesota, the challenge of, uprooting all my inventory, getting it here, getting it somewhere. I worked out of my dad's garage. So just things that come up in life, you still have to like do your daily tasks to make it continue to grow. So.
Yep. I would definitely say just navigating social media and the constant changes is something that we both, the algorithms are always changing, and just keeping up with all the new trends and how often you have to post is something me and Liz have just been really working hard on to try and figure out, which we haven't, but we're working on it. And then inventory is something too that I feel like is like a fun little puzzle piece, like trying to figure out, we'll order, let's say, a new bra, and we're like, people are going to like this. But then it sells out in one day, and we're like, oh, okay, they really liked it. Like now, or there's some things where we're like, okay, will this sell well, or will it last long term? So just trying to figure out our customers, what they continue to buy, what they like.
And how to scale, right? Like, so it's growing continuously, but like what's it going to take to get like the next leap, right? That's constantly on my mind.
Yep. Yeah, like finding that sweet spot, and then kind of what comes after
what
that.
What comes next? Yeah. Or are we doing the right thing? It's a new thing every single day. So you're like, am I doing the right thing? Like, should I be doing something different?
Yep.
So
we get emails about wholesale probably every single week. And we're like, that's something we haven't done in the past, but we know it's probably the next step to get us out there. So just navigating those next steps.
Definitely. So exciting.
Yeah.
And you guys are so active on social media. And I think oftentimes as a consumer of social media, you see a funny video and you see posts, and you don't think about like what went into creating that. Do you guys want to talk about like how much time? Because I dabble a little bit. Obviously with the Apex social media, we're very active, but we have an excellent graphic designer who takes on the brunt of that creating work. So let's talk about like how much work it entails to create the cool social media stuff that you guys do.
Liz will never admit this, but she is like the best at them. Like the TikTok and the Reels, like having to hit the sound. If I do them, it takes like 7 tries. She can get it on try 1. It's like incredible.
Yeah, but your creativity, like to remain creative in that space, coming up with new ideas every single day is so hard.
Yes.
So I'll sit there, and some days I'm like, got an idea. And then other days I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like I don't have any ideas. But as far as content, like Mandy is the queen of that, making everything look good. She'll even say, like, I'll be like, that looks good enough. She's like, no.
Like, that's why enough person.
That's why I'm here. Like, okay. I'm like, it works. It's fine. She's like, no, it's not.
But it is totally true. If you see a video of like, especially like a transition or outfits we're just talking about, you're like, oh, that looks fun and easy. And then you start doing it and it's been 40 minutes. Yeah. You're like, oh, that was not easy.
Just to make the video.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then 2 hours later, you have it all done.
And it's 12 seconds long.
Yeah. And you get 300 views and you thought it'd go viral.
Then we do one tripping or like hitting a pan with a spatula, and it's like all the views.
Goes crazy. It's so weird.
It is a wild world out there in social media, that's for sure. Let's let people know where they can find you. We've been talking about the website. We've been talking about the socials. Make sure everyone knows what those are so they can look you guys up if they aren't following already.
For sure. So we are on Instagram at DYM Athletics and also Facebook.
Yep.
And then our website is dymathletics.com. And then we just launched a cool new thing. You can talk about it.
We just launched apps on both Apple and Google. So
awesome.
You can just search DYM and find us, and it's a super easy shopping app. So
beautiful colors. Tons of different selection, just really fun. You guys have been awesome to talk to.
Oh, thank
I love
you.
hearing
Thanks
people's business stories. Is there anything that either of you would like to add?
No, I think we covered it.
Yeah,
Unless
check
anything's
us
on
out.
your mind.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Keep being awesome. You guys, you can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast. This is the Build Blue Podcast. I'm Jess with Apex Construction Group.